talk about the largest logistics companies or shipping lines in the world, the most prominent ones are those based in Germany, China, France, Japan, Korea, or maybe US. Unfortunately, we find it difficult to recall any shipping lines from India in the list of major carriers, nor can we find any Indian logistics or freight forwarding companies in the list of the top 30 or 40 companies worldwide. In fact, most Indian logistic companies are still in the MSME category. The only exception might be in LCL consolidation, where we have one company on the top list. But why this is happening when India is one of the top 5 economies in the world? Is the Indian logistics sector a critical artery for the nation's economic growth, facing significant roadblocks, hindering its ability to scale effectively? Despite a market projected to reach $450 billion with the economy touching $5 trillion in future, are the challenges holding the sector back? Let's delve deeper into these challenges or roadblocks and explore potential solutions in today's episode of Logistically Speaking. In the early days of the 5-year plans, logistic costs were staying subsidized. We had a peculiar situation where minerals or raw materials like limestone, bauxite, iron ore or coal were all found around the regions like Bihar and Jharkhand. However, the policies during that period were to subsidize logistic costs and make this mineral or raw material available at the same price across India. This resulted in manufacturing companies being established near ports, that's Tamil Nadu, Mumbai, Gujarat, etc., and the entire infrastructure developing around these cities in these areas. This is one of the major differences we have with the logistically developed nations like Germany, Japan and the US, which could develop an extensive network of highways, railways and international airports across inland cities like Munich, Detroit, Saitama and Hiroshima, reducing the dependency on proximity to ports. However, in India, since the manufacturing companies were only near coastal cities, logistics developed only near the ports and the efficiency of logistics across India was low, especially since the earlier days cost was not a concern as it was subsidized by the state. In the current scenario, where the efficiency of logistics across the nation is critical for development, we have to move ahead from the shackles of the past. Though we have progressed and are focusing on logistics, the sector still faces numerous challenges from infrastructure to policies. Addressing these challenges require a concerted effort from the government, industry stakeholders and logistics companies themselves. But before discussing solutions, let's start by understanding what exactly these roadblocks are. Number 1. Infrastructure bottlenecks. India's logistics sector suffered from a crippling lack of modern infrastructure. A 2022 report by the World Bank estimates that only 40% of India's roads are national highways, leading to delays and inefficiencies. The quality of roads other than the new expressways is inadequate to handle major cargo movement in a timely manner. The priority for Indian Railways has always been the movement of people, and hence the speed of cargo or goods were historically around 20 km per hour. Though some freight corridors have been announced and that will have better speed for cargo movement, the outdated rail infrastructure in other parts of the country struggle to handle growing cargo volume efficiently. Though India has a massive coastline, the number of ports and other capacity are limited and insufficient. This results in major ports like Mumbai and Chennai grappling with this severe congestion, causing delays of up to 3 weeks. This not only impacts delivery timeline but also increases operational costs for logistic companies. The scarcity of modern warehouses with proper storage facilities create bottlenecks. A report by CBRE suggests a shortage of around 12 million square feet of grade A warehousing space, impacting efficient inventory management. Number 2. Regulatory red tape. The sector is entangled in a web of complex regulations at both central and state levels. This adds to the administrative burden, impacting operational efficiency and increasing costs for logistic companies. Despite the introduction of GST, issues like interstate checkpoints and varying state level persist. These complexities lead to delays and inefficiencies in the logistic process. Number 3, technological lag. Many logistics companies still rely on manual processes for tasks like order picking and shipment tracking. This lack of automation hinders efficiency and increases operational cost. The slow adoption of digital technologies like artificial intelligence or AI and blockchain is another hurdle. These technologies have the potential to optimize supply chains and improve visibility, but their implementation remains limited. And number 4, workforce skills. The logistics sector faces a significant shortage of skilled professionals in areas like logistics management, data analytics, and automation. A 2021 report by FICCI estimates a skill gap of over 2 million workers in the logistics sector. Limited focus on training and upskilling employees to adapt to evolving technologies and practices further exacerbate a skill gap. This hinders the ability of logistics companies to scale effectively. Number 5, financial constraints. Upgrading infrastructure and technology requires significant capital investment. MSMEs and SMEs, the backbone of the sector, often struggle to secure adequate funding, limiting their growth potential. Access to funding remains a challenge for many SMEs, hindering their ability to invest in necessary infrastructure and technology upgrades. This financial constraint is a major barrier to scaling operation. Number 6, market fragmentation. The Indian logistics sector is highly fragmented with numerous small players operating with varying standards. This fragmentation makes it difficult to achieve economies of scale and optimize logistic operations. Intense competition among small players can drive down profit margin, impacting investment capacity. This competitive pressure makes it difficult for companies to invest in growth and innovation. Number 7, policy and government support. Frequent policy changes and a lack of long-term vision create uncertainty for the sector. While initiatives like the National Logistics Policy exist, effective implementation and support at the ground level are often lacking. The government support measures, though often present, often fall short of what's required. This lack of robust supporting hinders the overall growth and development of the logistics sector. And number 8, geographical challenges. India's diverse geographical landscape with remote hilly areas present historical challenges. The lack of proper infrastructure in these areas make efficient transportation and distribution of goods difficult. Traffic congestion in major cities further disrupt logistic operation, leading to delays and increased transportation cost. This urban congestion significantly impacts the efficiency of logistic companies. Addressing these challenges faced by the Indian logistics sector requires a concerted effort from the government, industry stakeholders, and logistics companies themselves. Improvements in infrastructure, regulatory simplification, technological adoption, and skill development are crucial for enabling logistics companies to scale up effectively. For scaling up, a major factor is also finances, as every component is capital intensive. Most SME companies lack the finance to invest in all these fields mentioned to be able to scale up their operations. This impacts their ability to handle major clients who have bigger business and larger volume. The logistics sector acts as a backbone for the growth of retail, e-commerce, manufacturing sectors, making it imperative to address these issues for overall economic development. Despite the numerous obstacles, there are ample opportunities for innovation and improvement, paving the way for a more resilient and competitive logistics sector on a global scale. Well, we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching till then. See you next time.